There we go. There we go. Thomas, it is strange to see you during the daytime.
I know I've got sunlight peeking over here, and it's weird. It takes me back to summertime podcast nights when the light's still out for me.
Yeah, I don't get that.
No, because it's always late for you, even later. That's right.
Welcome. Hope you had a Merry Christmas.
We did. It was fantastic. It's holidays are different for everybody, right? It's I know it's all family gatherings, and some people have company Christmas parties, and then they got this one at that house and this one at that house, and for me, I love just holidays. I'm off work, downtime. So when I have to go to that place and this place and this place, that's more work than it is a holiday to me. So Christmas is not that way. It's very, very low key. We do Christmas Eve with the father and mother-in-law dinner time, and then Christmas Day, it's just the three of us, just me, my wife, and our daughter, hanging out and doing the gifts thing and just enjoying the downtime. So it was a blast.
We had a low key Christmas Day, like no guests. We didn't go see anybody, and there were no guests. It was nice.
That's the
of course
best.
Christmas morning was how many tools does Scott own, and can he assemble everything that he needs to this morning? So daughter got a bike, and of course it came in the box because you cannot wrap it if you've already put it together.
Right.
And so I got to assemble a bike from memory. There were instructions somewhere, but I didn't need them. So
that reminds me. So my mother-in-law got our daughter a gaming chair.
Yeah.
And so we got that on Christmas Eve. And so we get home from dinner, and I tear it all apart in the garage, get all the pieces laid out. There's no instructions anywhere. And, you'd think a gaming chair, not terribly hard.
It just seems intuitive, right?
But yeah. And so I look online. I couldn't find it. And anyways, I struggled through it, take a few things back apart and then reinstall it because I did it backwards, so on and so forth. Christmas morning, I wake up and I open the garage door just to go get the remaining few items out of our truck. And the instructions are right there in the driveway. They fell out of the box on the way in. So they were sitting there the whole time. So,
and you did it right. Yep, just to confirm it.
I think so. It hasn't broken yet. So we'll see.
That's awesome.
But I was mostly excited, shocker, with the weather, because the long-range forecast was supposed to be 70, touching almost 80 degrees and sunny, and that was really bumming me out. I like the feels of the winter holiday. It was chilly, cloudy, dreary, drizzle, like for the last 3 days. It's kind of the same today, so it made it feel more like the winter holiday. So I was ecstatic.
That's awesome. That's good. Drizzly is not what I want for Christmas, but it beats like 85 and sunny.
Yes, 100%.
No, some people would actually prefer that. I think it's like give me Cabo San Lucas or something on a Christmas morning. That'd be great. But no, it was awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Hope everyone else had a wonderful Christmas as well. I will say our youngest, we allow our children to participate in the activities that need to take place Christmas Eve late. Mm-hmm. And so our two oldest are helping, put some things out and stuff, get things ready. And my youngest one wakes up. It's 11 p.m.
Oh, no.
Starts running downstairs. They're downstairs in the front room. They're diving behind couches, trying to hide. And he's like, Santa's real. He's here. He came. Like, not yet. So then 11, he's just like, and the thrill on his face was just unbelievable. He's like, yes, he is real. This isn't our wrapping paper. He's going through all the things,
That's awesome.
3 a.m. he wakes up again.
Oh no!
Starts singing making up a song about how happy he is that it's Christmas. We're like, seriously, you've got to get some sleep. We lose it on both ends here.
Right.
And then he went back to bed, and he slept till almost 8. It was the first time I've ever slept in that late. It was like the sun was up, the kids were asleep. I'm like, this is heaven. This is what it's all about right here. It was really good.
That's awesome. My daughter and wife, they slept in. I think this was the longest our daughter has ever slept in on Christmas. I want to say till nearly 10 o'clock. So I was up all morning because I get up around 6:30, 7, depending on the day. And I was out and about, and there's two neighborhood girls down the street. I don't know the full backstory, but there's something behind it. They live with grandma and grandpa for now. Mom comes to visit once in a while when she can, but never takes them with her. There's some court ordered thing going on there. Because I know the quote grandpa very well. He's an attorney here in town. But anyways, they're always on their scooters, and I'm always, out tinkering in the garage and goofing off. So they always stop by the house. But Christmas morning, I'm taking out trash, and one of them, in a little scooter, goes, "Hi, Thomas." It's like 7:45 in the morning. I'm like, "You're already done with Christmas stuff?" "Oh yeah, we got up early, opened up everything."
I'm writing my present.
Yep. She was on her little scooter, and so I have an electric scooter as well. And we went down the road, got her sister and her bike, and then we took a couple laps around the neighborhood. And there's a pond nearby with a sidewalk, and so we were doing that. And then my wife calls and goes, "Where are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm with Emma and Allie, who are at the pond on our scooters." She's like, "Come home!
It's Christmas morning. What are you doing?"
Like, "Oh, we're out playing." But they're right. They're fun little group of gals.
That's really cool. Now, I have a stack. I showed you this before. I've got a stack of envelopes. My post office box was just jammed full. So I've been, thankfully, most of these I haven't had to lick. You guys were smart enough to send just peel and stick envelopes, and I'm sending out stickers as fast as I can today. So I'm still doing the gifting the gift wrapping, so to speak, when it comes to that. But good Christmas. It's been awesome. This is one for the record books, I think, for us. Just had a lot of fun.
Did you receive anything that you were not expecting that you're real excited about, or do you? Because some couples kind of agree on, "Hey, I'm going to get you that, and you're getting me this, and that's for the kids," but some don't.
We put the items that we want in the wish list in the shopping cart in Amazon, then the other person order. That's the how it works. That way there's no disappointment. It's like you get exactly what you want in the color you wanted. Yep. But there's always a little surprise here and there. That's really, really sweet. I did not realize I was getting a standing desk chair. So now I'm standing right now, but I have a chair that I can sit on, which is like a really tall bar stool with like a little ring around you put your feet on and everything. And so now I have a standing desk, but I can sit there, and I think it defeats the purpose a little bit.
So it's like your old desk, just taller.
Yes, it's just when I do fall asleep and fall out of the chair, I will get injured now instead of just bruised. But
that's great.
That's really cool. I'm loving it.
My wife got me it's garage flooring. They're tiles that snap together and they click, and it's for the one part in the garage where my motorcycles sit, and it's so it'll fancy it up and clean it up. So she got me new flooring that I need to install.
Drip your oil on my concrete floor. That's what it was.
But so it came in these 5 huge boxes, a little taller than a dolly would be, or a 2-wheeler. And so when they arrived, she had the neighbor store them in his garage, because I would see the label and I know exactly what it is right away. And so she told the wife, and so they loaded it up, put it over there. But the wife never told the husband that, "Hey, these boxes in the corner are for Thomas, just FYI." So
he opened them.
He walked out one day and he was looking and he goes, "Oh, my wife got me this stuff." She's like, No, that's Thomas's. But he never got far enough to open it.
He didn't install it.
That would have been awesome.
Test it out before you.
Yeah. That would have been so funny. But no, the fun one I think was the highlight this year for me. Was I upgraded my wife's wedding band, and nice. I'd known that's something she wanted, and we had kind of talked about it a few months back. So I did the old put the ring in a big, not big box, but bigger than a shoebox. And I duct taped a 10-pound weight to the bottom of said box. And that was the last gift that I handed her for Christmas morning. So when I handed her that, the size and the weight, you could almost see the look on her face was like, "Oh, you didn't do the
wall's
ring."
Coming down next to me. Sorry.
And she's like, "Oh, you didn't do the ring, last gift." And then she opens it up, and then there's the little box. But anyway, she was excited, and it was better than she thought it was going to be. So catching her throughout the day doing different things, when she's like, looking over at her ring.
Catching the light. I
That made
did
me
a
happy.
similar thing with Mrs. RA years ago. I gave her jewelry. I believe it was some little diamond earrings, but I put them in a kitchenware container. So it was like all the pots and pans and everything.
Yeah.
And like she opened it, she's like, "Oh, good. I've already got these." I'm like, "No, you have to look at them." She's like, "Oh, yeah, it's nice. I like the color. Thank you." I'm like, "No, inside the little pan with the lid, there's a box. You need to find the box." So I guess the brick is probably better because then they're looking for something else. But I learned my lesson there.
That's
She
actually
would
kind
have
of
told me
funny.
that she's like, "I don't need those. Drop them off
At Goodwill.
shop.
There
Someone
was
else will find
rings. Yeah, earrings were in there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun.
That's really cool.
Oh, Sinbad says here, this is actually funny. What? No, WeatherTech mats for the wife's car? Well, I'm not a huge fan of the WeatherTech mats myself. I like the OEM carpeted ones that come in, but my wife, on every car she's ever owned, the first thing she does is order WeatherTech mats and puts them in every time. So I do appreciate it because I'm the one that washes the cars and does the detailing of the inside. So they are really easy to power wash off and clean up. But I like the carpet in my car personally.
Well, it is fun to hear everyone's different traditions about Christmas and how they do different things. Some people open a gift before. We do the little hide and seek, the treasure hunt, which went really well this year. It was phenomenal. It almost took an hour for them to find all the clues to find their present, which is fun. And but everyone does it a little differently. Our first story is about some parents who are parenting a little differently. And if you think you're doing a bad job, these parents who, it happens. They decided that they were better apart than together, and probably better for the family. So they made that decision. But when they're children, you still have to talk to each other,
right?
Maybe exchange, pleasantries in the kids occasionally. Aberdeen, North Carolina, my own state, a dispute over child custody ended in a shootout in Moore County on Christmas Eve.
Insane. Nothing like the holidays and family,
the
right?
kids are watching the Santa tracker, and mom and dad are like popping shots at each other over the car in the driveway.
Out in the front yard playing.
Two
Cops
people
and
involved in the incident just before noon on Tuesday. One of the shooters was shot in the back with a shotgun.
Oh,
Non-life-threatening. It sounds like bird shot from a distance, so they probably got peppered because close, that would be devastating. But as a result of the shootout, 2 houses were damaged by the gunfire as well. So the neighbors got in on this as well. A handgun was used in the shooting and was located by the police about a block away from the house. So when you look at your kids and your family and think, "Oh, I'm doing a terrible job," you're probably doing better than these guys.
100%.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Yep.
It's just Christmas Eve in Aberdeen, North Carolina.
Which is crazy. I mean, people are wild. That this story reminds me of, we had a local article written today, and it was Wichita Falls Police Department, a year in review. And it went through, I hate to say this, but I think we had 12 homicides this year. And so it went case by case in this article, kind of talking about them. And one of them, we watched in Thurston County, the BB gun trial, remember?
Mm-hmm.
One of our homicides, the guy got shot in the eye with a BB gun, and it went into his brain. He died 3 days later from the injuries.
Oh my goodness.
And we were kind of trying to make light of the whole BB gun scenario watching the Thurston County trial. And then I read that and went, oh my gosh, that really, I mean, obviously we know that can injure you, but it happened here. Couldn't believe it. It was a dispute, like out in the middle of the road, and the guy just shot him in the face with a little BB gun.
And suddenly all those warnings on the Christmas story came true. You'll dry out and you'll die.
And you won't make it. It's insane. Yeah. And I'm sure the guy who did it, in their argument, popped him in the face with a BB gun, thinking, haha, I bet that hurt and that sucks, and had no idea.
Now he's facing homicide.
Yeah. Now he's, locked away for life. I'm sure that was not what he was thinking when he was doing it, but
Ralphie's
it can happen.
Right. There it is.
Yep.
Thank you. That is crazy. Well, the kids, they got into their share of mischief as well in our next story. This is out of Florida. Pembroke Pines, Florida, for story number 2. Residents of Pembroke Pines community were speaking out after several homes saw their inflatables and Christmas decorations smashed and broken by vandals
I'd be
in the
livid.
wake of the holiday season.
I'd be so livid. You know me and our decorations. I mean, you take my cat before you can mess with all my decorations in my yard.
They interviewed one of the neighbors, and he's like, "It was brand new. It was brand new. It was." I had just set it up. I bought it last week. I just set it up. Apparently, they went and damaged all the inflatables, ripped them apart, so they all deflated. Kids, you're doing it wrong too. You're doing it wrong too. But
big time wrong.
Apparently, there was a TikTok, like a viral TikTok challenge. Okay, first of all, if there's a TikTok challenge that involves you committing a crime, that's your first sign. Don't do it. Don't do it, because the next part of the challenge is the cop side, and they'll do their side. They'll investigate, they'll prosecute, and they'll lock you up, and they will win. But several families had Ring doorbell or something like that and filmed it. But
see, that makes me mad too, because I don't know if Kelly P's here or not, but she knows firsthand how a lot of these decorations are very desired, and they sell out real quick. I know 2 of the pieces, I want to say, in our front yard, my wife had to pre-order before Halloween, and I want to say by the time we got it, they were already all sold out, because people had asked us, where'd you get it, and it was already done. And so if someone came and vandalized that stuff that every year we try to get, and
they were the person who didn't get the they're like, hey, I wanted that, but you got it ahead of me.
Then just steal it from me. Don't ruin it.
Now, I had have I told the story? I went to a thrift shop, and I bought a 9-foot inflatable birthday cake. And we used it as a prank. We set it up in a neighbor's yard with a little saying on here's basically saying you have to keep it up in your yard until you can stick it in someone else's yard without getting caught, and pass the note on. We want this to travel around the community. And it was a joke. Apparently it was somebody's birthday there. I just stuck it up there as fun because it was somebody I knew that I thought this would be funny, and left the note and everything. And the community, I found out the Facebook page for the community. This is the FU community that I was in, the trees one. The same one.
Yeah.
So you get the gist. They still pass that around, and now it's become like on your birthday, like the community brings you the birthday cake. I don't know how it became that, but it was like a $2 thrift shop buy used, and it's now become like the traveling birthday cake. People will sometimes say, hey, who has the birthday cake? We need it for such and such date on this person. It's a funny thing, but that was an inflatable that did not get destroyed.
Was that back in Utah?
It was.
That I think is actually kind of cool, and that makes me want to start that here, because there's I talk about our annual ski trip group that we partake in every once in a while. Well, 3 out of the 5 to 6 families live within our same neighborhood. So if any one of that family members has a birthday, I think that would be so cool. And they just, whoever had the birthday last hangs on to it, and they go put it in the yard. That'd be fun to start. I like that.
It just took like an extension cord. You get a cheap extension cord, plug it into their house. They're not going to mind. Right? And
it's their electric bill.
It's there first thing in the morning. And, but I thought it was funnier when you put it on someone's yard and say, hey, the rule of this game is you have to keep it in your yard until you're willing to move it to somebody else's without getting caught. But
that is pretty funny.
It became like an actual birthday celebration thing, which I'm okay with as well.
And they still do it.
Yeah. We never owned up to the neighborhood that we were the ones who started it, because I wasn't sure if the first people appreciated as much as we did.
That's funny.
Good times. Good times. Let's see. Now this is something I saw the other day. This is a big jump, but this is something I saw. When you think of what's like a mascot, your favorite team's mascot, right?
Oh yeah.
So who?
Well, it's actually, no, I don't remember his name. So it's the Dallas Stars, my favorite team.
Okay.
Their mascot is not a star. It's this green character that runs around, and I forget what they named him. I failed the test.
But like if you were an Oregon fan, you'd know it was a duck, right? The Oregon Ducks, right? And you know that your school you went to, we're high school, we were the Vikings. That's just a given. As Americans, when you think of our national bird, what do you think of?
I think of a bald eagle.
Okay, so
all day, every day.
my wall's tumbling behind me. Can you hear this?
I can get
Okay,
a little
wonderful.
I feel like I'm there. I like it.
It means the kids are working and I don't have to. Apparently, I don't know what's coming out of the wall right now. It's all but anyway.
That sounds like a bunch of tile cracking.
They're ripping the wall down and all the cement and grout behind it is coming through. Apparently, the bald eagle was not officially our like national bird until this last week, when the president signed. For more than 240 years, it was an overdue honor, and it became our official national bird this week.
So I'm going to out myself here and say I thought it already was.
I thought it was as well. I thought Ben Franklin wanted the turkey because it was so smart. If you ever hunted one, you know what I'm talking about. And he didn't like the eagle because they just eat roadkill. I'm not sure how much roadkill they had back then, but
wagon kill.
Yeah, it's just
trail kill, things
that died of natural causes. But apparently, like the legislation making it official, like they do with all the other, this is our official whatever, our official crustacean or official whatever. It had not happened until this last week. So it's been on the Great Seal. It's used in official documents since 1782. But it wasn't until this last week that we just dotted the I's and crossed the T's. So now the bald eagle is officially our national bird.
As they say, that's news to me. That legit, I had no idea. I thought it was already a thing. So I kind of feel silly now.
I wonder what else is already a thing that we just think that it's done, but it isn't.
What's an assumed thing?
Yeah.
I feel like we could make jokes about that too. But
I just assumed that my wife was going to take the garbage out, and that's why I didn't. Is that I got in trouble for that one though?
Yeah, no, that one, no, that one doesn't work. That's
but sorry, if you want to say something, I will. But I was going to go on to another one.
No, go ahead. Okay. I'm trying to think of assumed things, but I'm drawing a blank.
I always assumed. I assumed that that what I learned in school was true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you remember the food pyramid?
Oh yeah.
And I liked that my food pyramid had ice cream on it. And I think that was actually, I don't know what the food group was, but I remember vividly that I think it was at the very top of the pyramid, which means the peak, what you're striving for, the one thing you want the most of, was there was ice cream in there. So I've always assumed, I mean, it has the different layers. It's got the breads and the wheats and the triangles all divided up in different layers and everything. And it has, the meats and the eggs and the, all the good stuff. I always just assumed that eggs were good for you.
Yeah.
Are they not on the food pyramid?
Well,
they are.
They
are again. Right? They are again. And this is the latest and greatest. Because I guess science has reversed opinion. I didn't know they had gone the other way. But this is 2 news out of who knows where. Let's see, Jeff Arnold reporting. Eggs added to FDA's updated healthy claim food list. So eggs are healthy again. Eggs are now considered healthy. I don't know. I missed the memo. I thought since a kid, it was like egg was healthy.
Yeah, and I know people would talk about cholesterol levels with the yolks and things like that. And so if you want to be extra healthy with the proteins, just go egg whites and you're good to go. I had no idea they were ever deemed unhealthy. Because if that's the case, I've been eating some really, really, really unhealthier foods outside of eggs.
Yeah. I thought the omelet, the 4-egg omelet with, half a quarter pound of cheddar cheese and some ham and everything else. That was part of my diet. That every morning just do that. And it was, but now apparently it can be with being healthy again. So I missed the memo that it wasn't.
I did too. Are you, got to ask, because it seems to be a holiday type food as well. Are you a deviled egg fan or no?
I am, but not just for holidays. I'm a deviled egg fan as long as they're made without shells. And like who makes deviled eggs with shells? Nobody, not intentionally.
Not on
but
purpose.
When you get one with shell, suddenly you're not a deviled egg fan again. You have to sort of like, I can't eat any more of this batch.
Yeah. Just hearing you say it made my teeth hurt when I hear that. I'm a big fan, but I don't think I've met anyone or know anyone that makes them outside of the holidays. Even though we love them and would eat them, I don't think I have ever.
Do you have one of those nifty pans, like a deviled egg pan? It has little depressions for the deviled eggs. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah. Just the one that the eggs just sit in.
Yeah.
And hold it. Yeah, I've got one of those.
We don't have one of those. That's probably why we don't make them. I always count on somebody else to make them and bring them to the party.
I don't know where it is, but we have one. We have one of the we got suckered in on one of those as seen on TV devices where you fill a little pan with water and it's got, I think, a little cradle that holds like 6 eggs and it's got a little dome on it. And you just turn it on and it has its own internal timer. And it just steam boils the eggs in there. And it worked.
Do they peel easier? Are they like a Instant Pot?
No, it's weird. So it works in that same fashion, but it's weird. You got to poke a little hole. It comes to the thing, poke a little hole in the top of the egg too while it's in there so they don't explode. Also, so to me, it's supposed to be like, you know, a little cheat machine, and to me, it's more work.
It's almost like the microwave.
So
which you're also supposedly not supposed to cook eggs in.
Yeah. Did you know you can just crack an egg on a paper plate and you can put it in the microwave for like about a minute? It's like a perfect little egg.
On a paper plate?
Mm-hmm. I just put a little olive oil down, crack an egg on it. Yeah, put it in 1 minute, comes out. It's almost like a perfect egg. Now, I don't do it all the time because it feels very wrong as someone who loves to cook. But if I'm in a hurry and I want to make just a quick egg cheese breakfast sandwich, I'll just cheat and do that.
Look, speaking of weird things, sorry, cheating. The kids are breaking down the wall, and they found a mirror that has a little hole in the back and somebody's old straight blade razor is sitting here.
That is the razor I use to this day.
Seriously?
Uh-huh. It's got it on each side.
You can loosen it and take the blade out and replace the blade.
Uh-huh.
I've never used one like that.
It's amazing. It's a life changer.
I'm ignoring that spam call. It's my New Year's resolution.
Yeah,
sorry if you're disappointed. This was
the best.
I don't know how many years this has been in the wall behind that mirror.
They make those that are new. You can't really tell the difference.
But do you just get blades like at Home Depot or
Ace Hardware? Yeah, that's them. I got a little box, like a 20-pack. The thing about those versus like the new Gillette or whatever triple blade, they get dull faster.
I like the.
Wait, you don't know where that came from, and you were just handling the blade?
Yeah.
You have no idea whose DNA is on that blade.
No, almost mine. I mean, it's not that old. It's like Vandalized. It says on it, Vandalized. It's got a Dutch windmill on the front. So this is not like from the 1950s or something.
No,
I think that's the last guy who lived here. Is that the same brand?
The internet are holy mackerel. Vandr Hagen traditional safety razor includes 5 premium blades, $294 up from Walmart.
What? Is this silver?
That one you're holding is the handle. Is it like textured?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like knurled.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. $293.66 from Walmart.
Why would someone pay that much? You can get a pack of Bics for just a couple bucks.
But that includes 5 blades. But now I see the same one on eBay. Brand new chrome Vandalized safety razor, out of box, 85 millimeter handle, no razors for $25. But this one doesn't look like yours. It looks a little different. I don't know. Take it to the old pawn shop and stream it. See what happens.
like to sell my old razor. They'll shoot me.
Yeah.
Seriously. For this, I was going to throw it away.
Oh, wow. Their website, they've got just, their motto is reinvent your shave. And they've got tons of self-care products here. So you can get a similar razor just like that, but black. And it comes with shave butter and post-shave soothing balm on sale for $13.99 right now.
Wow. I don't know. I probably won't use it. This is someone else's razor. That's not one of the things I'm just like, yeah, give me a try.
No, that's.
I just, if it was silver, I would melt it down though. $200.
Start a fire and see if it melts or not.
I'm gonna cast myself a little razor ingot. I don't know where to put this. Do you set it on its side, or does it? I need to get rid of the blade. Is what I want to do, but I'll sit on the mouse pad because I don't put my hand there ever.
Brilliant.
I know they use some sort of razor like this because the mirrors have little slots in the back, and they're for disposing of blades. You just drop them in the wall. So we're cleaning out that wall now, and that's where all the old razor blades go. It's funny. It's old houses have these mirror slots where you just dispose of your blade, you drop it into the wall, and no one ever knows. Apparently, we know now, but
that's the thing.
It was a thing. It was a thing. We found it in our upstairs bathroom as well. The same.
That's horrifying.
Slots for sharp objects. It's like a Sharpies container, but it just stays in your wall and you never can empty it.
Hell, that's odd. I mean, I guess it's no different than some of the builders and contractors and whatnot, and you go to remodel and you find 22 Coors Light cans crushed and in between your walls and stuff like that.
That was break time for the construction crew. That's what that one was.
Yep, just heaving them in between the walls while they're building stuff.
When we were tearing down this in the closet and first doing the repair, we found this right here, which is a New Jersey license plate.
Oh, that's cool.
From 1950, and it's solid. It's just the dents, the indentation here is a good like 1/4 inch deep. So I don't know what to do with this either.
That's pretty rad.
Send it to somebody who likes. Do you like these? I would send it to you. Hang it up for the motorcycle.
No, okay. Good.
Maybe you could register it and put it on the motorcycle.
I wonder what makes it even cooler is that's a New Jersey plate in your home in North Carolina.
Yeah,
kind of fun to know the story of how and who and why.
Imagine with the right access, you could probably search up who had the plate and what vehicle. It's probably like a Model T. 1950. What car was out in 1950? Whatever came after the Model T. Those old plates are worth money.
Model U? I don't know. T.
I'm Googling right now.
I was about to as well.
What cars were made in 1950? Alfa Romeo.
Those are fun cars, but that can't be true.
The Aston Martin. I'd like to think it was one of these.
Oh, there's some beautiful cars in the 50s. Wow.
Jaguar Parkinson Special.
Pontiac. You
Porsche
said after the Model T.
Split window.
You said after the Model T, and there's all these sports cars.
Okay, so it was a couple years after the Model T. We made some slight improvements since then. We got rid of the hand crank on the front, and we put in the tail fin is what we did. Jaguar.
Oh, wow. This is cool. The automobile industry in the United States established in 1950 a new all-time production record for the second successive year. Total 1950 production was 7.9 million vehicles.
The average price of a new car in 1950?
That I don't have.
$1,510.
Oh, it makes me sick.
And when you go down this list, it's like Aston Martin, Cannon Mark I, Fraser Nash, Le Mans replica, Jaguar, Lancia Arala. Oh my goodness. Porsche 1500. Sign me up. I'd buy any one of those for that today.
My colleague who's tuned in is laughing at us right now because she's saying a lot of her favorite cars were from the 1950s, and we're talking Model T production.
When was the Model T? Now I'm curious. What?
1908?
I was off by a few years. Like maybe 42. So like, a child grows to adulthood and has children. That sort of span was how much I was off by.
Wow, they timed it perfect. So the Model T is out, and then by the time you hit your midlife crisis, you can go ahead and get an Aston Martin.
Yes,
that's
for $1,500.
Yeah, it's steal. That's crazy. I wonder what that equates to in today's wages.
Well,
we can just keep the Google train going.
We have Google. Good thing Google's free today only.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Let's see. Let me ask Siri. Siri never leads me astray.
No, especially when it comes to indecorous.
Yes. Hey Siri, what is $1,500 worth? I asked it wrong. Never mind, Siri. Forget I said anything. Hey Siri, convert 1950s $1,500 to today's currency value something.
Here's what I found.
Okay, here we go. What is $1,500 in 1950 worth in 2024? That was probably a better way to ask the question. Howard's there's so much stuff in the wall.
More razors.
I expect to see my kid poking his head through any minute now. $19,636 is the number. So just shy of 20,000.
And what was the original number?
1,500. Yeah.
I feel like it'd be more.
Yeah, it seems a little on the low end when you're thinking about those nice cars.
It does.
That or we're getting ripped off.
Could be. Oh. So someone go ahead.
Go ahead. You said so. I was going to ask you a different question.
Yeah, well, I was just it's another hot topic, and this is always something you and we don't debate, but we joke about. I know your answer, so I'll ask those in chat. How long do you leave up your Christmas decorations? I know yours are year round. You leave
They're on right now. They've been on for the last 48, 72 hours, something like that. But to make up for not having them on the rest of the season, even though they were up.
Up, not on. Now they're up and on.
Yeah. So, when should I take them down this year? If I were going to take them down, when is the right time?
So we do. It always depends on what the day falls. But so this year, New Year's Day is on Wednesday, right? So
yes, same day as Christmas. So it's always like a week later, right?
It's always a week later, yeah. So Wednesday. So that'll be Saturday, Sunday thing. We'll load up the truck, take everything down, pile it up, take it off storage.
So New Year's Day?
No. We wait till New Year's Day hits, and then the next available time off of work is when we take it all down.
Okay.
So it'll be Saturday.
But isn't it cold then? Don't you wait for it to get warmer? Say like in the 90s or something?
No. No. And it's North Texas. It could be beach weather or it could be snowing. We don't know. But that's our cutoff. Halloween, it's nearly the day after. We take all the spooky stuff down. And then we supplement in some like little hay bales and stuff for Thanksgiving.
You're sort of, you have to on Halloween, because if you leave it up too long, you've lost half the Christmas season then.
Exactly.
I will say my kids took down the Christmas tree today.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's down. It's down. It's boxed. It's under the house. It's in the basement.
How?
It's
Why?
done. I don't know. I'm not. If I don't have to do it, I'm not going to complain. Okay.
Did you offer to pay them or something if they would
go
get a hand?
They were all excited. They were running around the tree, winding up the lights and everything. It was really good, because we don't have a pre-lit tree. You have to put the lights up every year. But
that's so 1950s.
It is. Well, the tree is from 1950s. So, this is the same tree we've had for way too long. It's mostly just wire instead of needles.
It's a Model T tree.
Yeah. Take the plates from the tree. Yeah.
So sloth lights have 12 days before and 12 after. I've seen, in a couple of the houses in our neighborhood are doing it, these brand new LED style lights that they go under your eaves, that are professionally installed, but you can control them to be all different colors. So I think like Labor Day, our neighbor had the red, white, and blue stuff like dancing, flashing. It was all cool. And on Halloween, they just did orange that just glowed.
I'm a big fan of this.
I know.
Because they leave them up year round.
That's why I'm pitching it to you, because you will now celebrate and you'll be decorated for every holiday. They are really cool.
Now, if I did this, the likelihood of me forgetting to switch from, say, like Halloween theme to Christmas is very high. And I'd be like orange and black all through Christmas.
No, you'd be good. And I'm sure you can plug it in with Siri, just how you change your office lights. I bet you can Siri change the house lights to whatever colors you want. They're really cool, but my wife won't let me pull the trigger on those. She's old school. So
it's got to be
like
traditional.
We're white and red bulbs, and they have to be the warm white, no cool white like what LEDs put out and all that. Not allowed. So we don't get those for now.
I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to tech, right? And so if I was going to do lights properly, I'd like to do something a little bit nerdy. So I'm thinking put lights all over my whole house, so I can program them a lot like the trees, where you can make the different designs. right?
Yeah.
You like film the tree and it calculates if all the lights flash, and the sensor tells you that light is there, and it knows where it is, even though you've installed it. So it basically gets a map of your house from the lights, and then you can put pictures up and things like that. I would leave them up year round. I would use them for holidays and everything. But on the year round part, when it's not a holiday, I would use a radar gun and have it flashing like the speed of the cars that are driving by on my house, just so everybody knows when they're speeding. Just like slow down.
Like the temporary signs, like law enforcement will put up in certain areas.
Yeah, I'd make that one Christmas lights.
On your busy corner, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Right there. So that you look over, you see the pole, you see the lights. That's what it is.
Your whole house is flashing 55, slow down, 55, slow down.
It's a 30. It's a 30. They go. The cops are the worst. They turn their lights on, think they can go any speed they want. And so they'll do like 95, just like a bullet, there. The Doppler effect, from the start, when you first hear the siren, they don't get through the whole wee wee. No, it's just one time, wee. It's just gone. That was it. So,
as long as they avoid the pole.
Yeah. The pole's moved. I don't think we're going to have any more problems. That new pole location is really, really good.
Knock on wood.
Or just knock it down, one of the two. There was somebody, as we're talking about the holidays and what a good time we had, there was somebody who had a bad holiday, and it was the Amazon delivery driver. A particularly bad holiday for this Amazon delivery driver. And you think, what could possibly be bad for them?
Yeah, getting time and a half and
plenty of work, right? A lot of people looking for jobs, plenty of work for them. Unfortunately, I guess it comes with too much stress. I'm not sure what Amazon does, but there's like a lot of pressure to get the packages delivered, which as a recipient, I'm a big fan of. But if there's too much pressure, then it's not helpful. Well, this one delivery driver who was actually down in Massachusetts, sorry. So if you're up in Massachusetts, I'm curious. Did you get all your packages? Is there anyone in Massachusetts who's like, I have this one thing that just didn't arrive, yet it shows delivered? Well, you might want to, go check the woods, because one driver was just stressed out and he just dumped 80 packages in the woods. He's like, delivered, done, next. I'm sick of this.
80.
Lakeville Police Department said one of its sergeants discovered the unattended items early Sunday morning while conducting a routine patrol. Upon further investigation, they determined there were 3 large totes full of Amazon packages that were spread out several feet into the woods. They loaded the totes of the pickup truck and brought them to the police department, where they inventoried about 80 packages.
That's insane. I wonder because some of those products could have been crazy expensive.
The Amazon delivery driver then visited the police department the following day and reported that they left the packages on the side of the road at about 7 p.m. on Saturday because they were stressed. Most of these, they say, should have been put out again for delivery. But
that's wild. I have so much anxiety right now because we were talking pre-show about how my new computer is supposed to be here today on a truck. And I keep looking out my window to see if it's here or not, and it's not here yet.
Check the woods. There might be.
Even worse, there's a pond nearby.
It could be there as well.
No retrieving that. That's a bad holiday. Just had a total breakdown. Stressed out, the hours, the holidays. It's like that snowman that got super irritated. He had a total meltdown. It's the same thing. Everyone, the holidays just makes you melt down when you're snow. Someone asked for a dad joke in chat this morning, so I had to make sure that I would incorporate one.
There you go. You ask and you shall receive. Yeah.
Did you put the story on the rundown?
Which one?
This will segue right into it. Christmas gas?
Oh, I did.
I saw the headline and went,
I want to know how you connect those two, because I'm not seeing the connection though.
Well, it says a joke goes viral. It's supposed to be so it's a Christmas joke.
So you've got the dad joke, and then we're
and I have no idea what this is. I didn't.
This is like a what happened was, this is like one of those TikTok jokes where they film people, they're weird. They're weird. They're viral trends, right? It's like, hey,
Right.
this is really funny. Film your spouse, let them know you're pregnant or something if you're not. Okay. And sometimes there can be funny, sometimes it can be like devastatingly harsh and cruel.
Yeah.
This one is just like soul deep. It hurts to think of the poor gentleman who was on the receiving end of this, because the story goes like this: the wife says, "Hey, I filled up the car with gas, but they were out of the regular one we used, so I had to use the Christmas gas." And everyone's like you, what's Christmas gas? It's the one with the green handle.
No.
The green handle is diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Something just started.
Not gonna lie, I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline that you put, and there's a quick thumbnail of a lady with an odd face. She's making an odd face, and Christmas gas joke goes by. I thought it was a different type of gas joke that was going on, so I had no idea where it was going and what was happening.
No. This, although that would be better. They're now sawing through the wall.
Is that a Dremel?
It's a vibrating saw. I don't know what they're cutting, but I can feel the vibrations in my desk.
I can feel them in my headphones. Sure.
It's like the dentist, only more annoying.
Oh, wow. And there's a quote from it. Clayton Crawford told his wife, "I'll kill you. You better go run that car off a bridge somewhere if you really did that. And you better find a way to total it," is all I'm telling you, because it's ruined.
Yeah, he went straight to insurance fraud. Is his gut reaction.
Murder and insurance fraud is his answer.
Well, it's either insurance fraud or murder. I think it was like an either or.
Oh, okay. Like, I'll kill you or just go drive it off a bridge, but not in it, because that would be. Hannah assures her husband, "They're fixing it now." Oh, that's funny. You put diesel in your car, he says. There's no helping you. That's really good. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm not. So that's a big trend that I really can't stand, the TikTok stuff where people are doing that in public to strangers.
It's like those kids who think it's funny to go up and like pretend to pick a fight with somebody.
Yes.
Be a tough guy. It's like the little guy just walk up and like slap someone in the face.
Right.
Like completely unwarranted. You don't know the person. It's like, oh, it's a prank. It's a prank. I love the videos where the guy like pulls like pow pow. I feel threatened. And next thing you know, you've got one less TikToker. And it's heartless, but a good riddance. I
agree. I wish there could be specific laws targeting those type of videos and that type of content. Or I wish TikTok, this is to you, step up.
Yeah.
Shut those down. Those views don't count. They don't get monetized. That ruins parts of society and places and people and things. And I mean, sure, you can film in public places and all this and that stuff's fine. But when you do these pranks to aggravate and bait people into doing stuff for your views, it's, come on.
There are some pranks that are acceptable, but where someone else loses is not good, especially if they didn't have any desire to participate. Like there's a husband and wife who they hang like balloons filled with shaving cream above doorways.
He's a cop.
Yeah,
they're awesome, and they shoot off those party poppers.
They're always trying to get each other, and those are funny. They're in on it. I think a lot of them are staged. They're just too good. Right. But those pranks are okay. They're both all right with that. But going up to somebody and they're studying, they're listening to you, like use your scissors and you like cut their headphone wire, like haha. And even if you give them like, I'll give you wireless ones instead. No. Those might have meant something. Those might have been a gift from a friend that they might never see again or something.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the pranks that way. So
I'm the same way. I'd like to see that change.
I have to say, if I were the recipient of one of those, I might end up in court.
I'm right there with you, 100%. They're going to learn a lesson because they're not getting in trouble by anyone else. Obviously, they don't have parents teaching them life lessons either. So they're going to learn one way or the other. And that's when it pays to live in a smaller community, because when law enforcement finds out what happened, they might walk away from that. The grand jury might go,
Do you want to take a call, Thomas?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Hello? Hello? I plugged the wrong wire in. Rookie move. Rookie move. Okay, the right one's plugged in. If they call back, we'll take it. But we could have had travel credits.
I'll just put that there for a second.
If they're both in on it and okay with it, that's one thing. Yeah.
And you're not pranking people. They're calling you typically with some sort of shady business matter. So you're just giving back to them.
I'm the recipient here. I'm the loser when they call. I'm
true.
the one who loses time out of my life that I can never get back.
But no matter how logical it is, this statement's awesome. And he takes it off the screen. I'm going to pin it.
Welcome, Mrs. RA. Do you want to? This is like our end of year podcast. We're done for the year after this. Episode 46. Next week will be season 3.
Season 3, episode 1. And you and I both couldn't go back and figure out what we did in season 1. We're trying to get a total count.
No idea.
Has to be ballpark the same, somewhere in the 40s, I'd imagine.
I think about the same. Yeah, I think it was close. I think we started a little bit later, so we might have a couple months in or something. But I've got a story here. This is in East Austin. You like nature, like you like to go out and experience the great outdoors, right?
Oh yeah, love fishing. Big fisherman for sure.
Do you ever just like have the desire to live off the land?
No, I'm too big of a baby. I appreciate those that have the talents and ability to do so and the knowledge. Yeah, I'm too big of a spoiled baby to do that myself.
What if you were in a place where you knew that everything around you was just edible? Think like Candyland, but healthy for adults.
They have deviled eggs.
Deviled egg trees. Isn't that where they grow? That's where we get them, right?
Yeah. Everything's edible. So like if you're sitting or standing or leaning,
well, not like it's like you can't eat like the bricks or something, but or you don't eat the benches. But there's a garden in Austin, Texas, East Austin, where they have an edible forest. It's called Festival Beach Food Forest, where anyone can walk around and harvest free produce, nuts, medicinal plant leaves, and herbs.
Interesting.
I'll have one of this and one of this. Apparently, the marijuana section has been cleaned out already. So
it's first to go. It's first to go every time.
But you can still get leaves that can make teas and rosemary, lemon balms, passion fruit, yaupon, holly, whatever that is. I guess you can eat it. Lemon balms, like in the mint family. It's like a grocery store, only there's no checkout. You just sort of grab it and go.
That's how a lot of people treat other grocery stores.
So it's just like a grocery store.
So it's just like a grocery
Only
store.
it's just the produce section. You don't get any of the canned food. They said they've planted 150 new trees and thousands of plants on the ground. There's also a plan to add a community kitchen and a pavilion to do things like cooking classes or informational sessions.
Interesting. Cooking classes to boot.
You know, the prankster in me says there's opportunity there. But what if somebody plants something that's not edible? What if you go there and like just naturally there's a poisonous mushroom that sprouts up and somebody's like, hey, it's in the edible forest.
Yeah. They've got to have a team of a superintendent with a crew that goes over everything and checks it out daily, would be my guess.
Yeah, but shrooms, they can pop up like real quick.
Yeah, fungi it's quick to grow. I don't know. I hope it's not like the Ferris trial where you're giving a Mary Jane an idea that's watching right now to do something. That's what's.
Did I crack the case? No.
I bet they've got signs with images of the vegetation explaining what it is and what you're purchasing or grabbing to eat. I'd venture to say it's kind of organized. I have no idea, but I would think there's got to be some sort of safeguard that they're doing. And
I
so if you
think
partake in any vegetation that's, not on signs and listed, then it's on you for.
there's somebody who's like, no, don't pick that. That's just regular grass. Don't don't pick that. That's you don't want to eat that. It's terrible. It's just Johnson grass. Dandelions, on the other hand, you can eat those. I think people who eat mushrooms, I forget what it is, but there's a name for people who hunt mushrooms. Like there's own chat will know what it is.
Like the
Not
psychedelic
crazy,
ones?
not crazy. No, just like regular, like cooking, like eating
I eat them.
delicacy. No, but
Oh,
like from the
people.
wild, like not like button mushrooms from the grocery store, but from like you go foraging for mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing.
It's a thing, and when you learn where certain mushrooms grow, like if you know where morel mushrooms grow, that's like basically having a gold mine. Then you don't share that, and so you have to really get somebody's trust to go out on a foraging expedition for something like that. Because anytime you take someone with you, they now know where it is, and then they can come and take them without you. So it's called trip finders. No, a dealer.
Everyone's got foragers.
Go over on Facebook and like look up mushroom hunting, and there are groups, and it's hard to get in. You've got to be like they have clubs and dues and everything else, and they'll do
Really?
yeah, they'll like an area, they're like, we're going to go out on this day and we'll go to this public area, but you'll quickly find out that there's like the public areas where everybody hunts, and then all these mushroom people have their own secret areas they never reveal. This is where the good stuff, this is where you get the puffballs, this is where you get the morels, this is where you get all those. It's the weirdest thing. It's sort of like ham radio, but nobody wants to let anyone else in. And if nobody lets anyone else in, you don't have anyone to talk to on ham radio, because there has to be somebody on the other end, right?
Yeah.
With mushrooming, there doesn't have to be someone on the other end. You can just keep all of them to yourself and eat them.
Mushroom lovers ID foraging growing, average 4 posts a day. PNW mushroom
Sounds about
foraging
right.
identification, 10 posts a day. Texas mushroom identification, 10 posts a day.
Look for the clubs, like mushroom hunting clubs.
Mushroom hunters of California. There's that one.
Okay, California is probably a bad example here, because they're looking just for one type.
They've got 70K, 75K members. It's way more than every other group I'm seeing. Oh my gosh. The Pac Northwest Mushroom Hunters Club.
Okay, that sounds legit.
Yeah. It's I will say the profile picture is phenomenal. It's a little gnome sitting in the forest, immersed in a bunch of different sized mushrooms.
Sweet. Not AI at all. Actual photo.
Uh-uh.
Photo. Well, one of the best places to get morel mushrooms, I researched this. I actually wanted to do this for a business at one point. So I know a little bit about what I speak, just enough to get in trouble and probably lose all my money. But one of the best places to find morel mushrooms are in the forests in Alaska after a wildfire.
Really?
Yeah. So like the year after wildfire in the forests, these morels will pop up, and
okay.
you have to go up there with a gun for personal protection, because other mushroom hunters will fight you for them. Don't worry about the bears. That's not a problem. It's the other mushroom hunters you want to look out for. But fresh morel mushrooms could be like $200 or $300 a pound.
Really?
Yeah.
Are those? What's the difference between a morel mushroom versus like the
false morel?
The truffle.
Well, I think the truffle grows in the ground. The morels grow above ground, and it has to do with how the cap attaches to the stem. There's a false morel and a real morel. The false one will kill you, and the real one is really good. So that's the difference.
So educate yourselves on those type of mushrooms.
And the best way to educate yourself is join a Facebook group and go out hunting with them on a regular basis until they trust you and take you to the good spots.
I wonder if there's any in my area. That'd be kind of funny to figure out and see. I'll be dang. Yeah, mushrooms are an acquired taste for me as a kid. Nope. I had stuffed them in the napkins and put them in my pocket at dinner time, and you had to use the restroom and threw them away and that type of thing. But now, depending on the meal and what it is, I would definitely all about the mushrooms. I think when they're done right.
I like a good mushroom stroganoff, beef stroganoff with mushrooms. Those are good.
I can't do that one.
Oh. Not even like a cream of mushroom soup in it.
No, I like them. I like it just a lightly sautéed butter and garlic mushroom as a side, like with my steak. That's what I can do. I can't chop them up and mix them with stuff and all that.
I show Jack Russell has yelled this out in chat because I've been ignoring it. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, I'm not going to say that word because I'm pretty sure it means something I don't mean. But I think Jack actually means this. This is the term that I was talking about for mushroom hunters. Mycophagists.
Be careful. That's
You want to give it a try?
Nope.
Hey Siri, how do you? Can somebody spell it out for me, like with a crayon, as to how to read it, like phonetically? Ask Siri. Yeah. Here we go. We're gonna try. Hey Siri, what is the term for a mushroom hunter?
People who collect mushrooms for consumption are called mycophagists. The act of collecting them for such is known as mushroom hunting, or simply mushrooming. This answer is from Wikipedia.
Oh, so you can't trust it. No, just kidding. But mycophagists. Mycophagists. Is that what it said?
It's what I'm watching a YouTube video right now, 38 seconds, and that's what it sounds like. Yeah. The video and Siri were competing for attention in my headphones for a minute, so it's hard to.
Video one. Video has pictures. Okay, by a show of hands, who? I don't know why we're talking about mushrooms so much. It's just a post-Christmas live stream. Who has gone mushroom hunting? And I'll say me. I have. I've gone out looking for mushrooms and actually harvested them and brought them home.
I've never done it. Blackberries and cacti fruit is the only thing I've gone actually looking for.
I've looked for that, and I guess they call it not those two, but I've looked for mushrooms, and I guess they call it ditchweed in a lot of places, but other people call it asparagus, wild asparagus, because it grows in ditches. And wild asparagus is the same. If you know where wild asparagus grows, guard that secret in a safe somewhere and tell no one, tell no soul.
No idea. Never even thought about it.
Usually when I go out in the wild looking for something, I find poison ivy, though.
I was just looking up a video how to pronounce the word we were talking about.
I don't know how you're going to get to your last story at this point. How do you transition?
I think I closed it out.
Okay.
Oh, SantaCon.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. I wish I could sing because that would be such a fun segue, but this is cool. I'm curious to know anyone if they've ever attended this. But I don't know why it's written in New York, but the picture says San Francisco. So I need to figure out what's really going on here.
Reporters are lazy. They don't actually travel to the scene anymore. They just read about it on the internet and write the story.
Well, then I'm reading underneath the picture, and it says it's from Vancouver. So I don't understand what's going on here. But thousands of Kris Kringles and jolly old St. Nick's jam the streets, sidewalks, and bars from Adelaide to Vancouver on Saturday for
Adelaide's in Australia. Vancouver's in Canada. I think they're trying to say across the world.
Oh, for annual SantaCon charity pub crawls in New York City, where temperatures hovered around freezing. The fermented merriment kicked off at 10 a.m. and was slated to stretch into the evening. A pub crawl at 10 a.m. start time? Good luck to you. Hope they have designated sleigh drivers. Santa.
That's explained so much about Christmas.
Along with the people dressed as Grinches, elves, or other holiday characters stroll to the bars and clubs from Midtown Manhattan to East Village, flooding the streets with the crimson tide of Christmas cheer. So this one that they're highlighting appears to be New York based.
They had Christmas-themed booze fests in London, Phoenix, Winnipeg, and San Francisco. 50 cities around the globe.
And it's cool to participate on top of whatever price tag you get at each bar. Every participant kicks in $15 and they take a collection and then all that goes out to a charity. So that's pretty cool.
You just wander from bar to bar drinking, right? This is like Canton on a weekday. Yeah. And you do it in costume, in a Santa costume.
Yeah. 50 cities around the globe. London, Phoenix, Winnipeg, San Fran are just some of the few. So, okay, that's actually kind of a cool thing.
I wonder if this is like basically, look, it's end of season. Okay, there's no more malls are going to hire you in your Santa costume to have a bunch of whiny kids sit on your lap and tell you what they want for Christmas. So you might as well go out with a bang, right? Hit the bar. You're done with your Santa gigs. Go hit the bar. And
Like what's that movie? Bad Santa with Billy Joe, whatever, something like that. He's the drunk Santa Claus.
I can just imagine the kids in this area, like as Santa Claus stumbling drunk out of the bar, booze, getting a fight with some other Santa Claus. Like this isn't how I remember Christmas.
And there's hundreds of them everywhere.
They're all Grinches, I tell you.
Imposters. But no, I'm a little bit bummed now that Christmas is done. It felt like it took forever to get here, and then once it did, it just in a blink of an eye, holiday season was done. I mean, I know we still have New Year's, and I get to kind of stretch out the holiday season. My birthday's in like January, so I get to rope that in there. But Christmas has just always been and always will be my absolute favorite. So when we're on the back side of the holiday, I start to get a little bummed out because I just love it.
Yeah, it's been a fun one for me this year, and I'm looking forward. I don't have a lot planned for New Year's. I usually try to watch some football games because I think there are football games. I think Netflix had like. What did it? Okay, I've got a question. I like watching football, but only on holidays. I don't watch NFL usually much at all. Other than that,
same.
Netflix had a deal where they were airing 2 Christmas football games yesterday, and apparently Netflix also had a deal where they aired a big fight and they like failed. The internet broke, or Netflix broke. And I'm curious, did anyone watch the Netflix football games yesterday? And were there problems?
So
yes, was Mel in the Steeler game. Was it good? At least you could watch them unlike the Tyson fight.
Yeah, that was the Tyson Jake Paul fight, and every meme on the internet the next day was about how poorly it was, just crashing the entire time.
What if they had problems?
Oh, here's the answer.
Oh, sorry. Yes and no. Is that the one? The football was stable. So Netflix is becoming ESPN, apparently.
Yes. Only problem was Beyonce screaming. I guess there was a halftime show.
I thought didn't she pre-record like? I thought it was like Mariah Carey saying.
I didn't know they did shows outside of the Super Bowl.
Of a white Christmas, something like that. I don't remember. But.
No, I didn't watch. Some say it was awful, in my opinion. Beyonce was horrifying. I'd rather day watch it.
Debbie says they sourced it out to other networks. So yeah, they aired it, but they had somebody else produce it, so it wouldn't be their fault.
Please don't mention halftime show. Terrible, horrible. Okay, we didn't miss anything. That's perfect.
I did not watch it either. I don't have Netflix. We tend to get Netflix and subscriptions. Like every other year, because it takes so long for a lot of good movies to come out. And then you have Netflix subscription and there's nothing to watch. And we don't like watching old movies over and over and over. We've already seen them. I mean, it works for me because I forget everything I watched. It's like, hey, new movie. It's like, actually, this is The Bourne Identity. You've watched like 100 times. I'm like, sound looks new to me. But yeah, so.
There was a movie. The internet's so wild. I don't watch much TV, but in the evenings right before bed, my watch has something on, whether it's Netflix or through Hulu or whatever. And I forget her name. She does all the like kind of cutesy Hallmark movies. And Hot Frosty was the name of this movie.
Hot Frosty.
Yeah, and we watched it.
It sounds like a Wendy's commercial.
It does. Yeah, take fries and a Frosty. No, but so we watched that movie, and it's just like a Hallmark movie. There was cheesy and cute in certain areas of the movie. But I'm scrolling through Facebook Shorts today, and there's a little Jimmy Fallon one that I watched for a minute. I'm going, that actress kind of looks familiar. Who's he talking about? And it's from way back when he was helping her promote Hot Frosty, the movie that came out. I have no idea if it's new or old or what it is. It's a Frosty the Snowman that comes to life, and they fall in love in time before he goes back to being a snowman and melts type thing.
I'm thinking like cabaret music and stuff. Clearly, I need some more information about the whole plot, but
It's a snowman that's built in their city square, and he's missing a scarf. So she takes off her scarf and puts it around him. Well, it's a magical scarf, so it brings him to life.
she dies.
And so, no, it's a Christmas movie.
What did the magic do to her
It's
when she gave it
Hallmark.
away? Oh, Hallmark. Okay.
She saves his life so he can maintain being a real life Frosty the Snowman human and doesn't just melt when wintertime's over, as just every other snowman would do. And of course, he's all chiseled up and buff, handsome looking snowman guy.
Shirtless.
Yes, yeah, naturally.
That's where we're going with Hot Frosty. Okay, that's what
That's it.
All right. And you like that one? It was good.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone, yeah, go check it out. But if it's Christmas time, you're sitting there with some hot chocolate and you want a cheesy Hallmark movie, sure.
So if Bailiff Allen isn't there in Cedric's court, you can always watch Hot Frosty instead.
Yes. Just
That's awesome.
Funny, honest, fun little movie just to kind of giggle at. And it's, not something you'd watch anytime outside the holidays. But I just thought it was funny that the Jimmy Fallon short with him interviewing her came across my Facebook feed today, and how intertwined and connected the interwebs really, truthfully are. Frightening.
They know us better than we know ourselves. That's what's scary. Well, with that, we're going to put a bow on this year, at least on the podcast. And it's been a lot of fun, Thomas. This is the highlight of my week, as you know. Love doing this. I appreciate this. Thank you for. I think you single-handedly made the rundowns for 45 of the 46. 45 of the 46 podcasts. That one week that you were gone, I did that myself. No way, you made that one too.
It's been a blast. I can't believe we're 2 years in. That's cool. But I am looking forward to 2025 season 3, kicking things off.
Do we have to do like new photo shoots for the cover photo?
I think we should.
I'm gonna head down to the mall and get a glamour shot.
We could do a poll next time.
We could do a poll
on your community page.
POLE. I'm like, hang on. You remember what kind of show this is, right?
Not a Festivus poll, a poll.
Awesome. Bug Dugger, thanks for gifting the membership. I think we missed a couple in there earlier as well. Appreciate your generosity. You guys have a absolutely wonderful, happy holidays. I will be back tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. We'll be doing some court hopping. I think we might be getting a new case here soon. Fingers crossed. I'm looking around at a couple, so we'll see what happens. But 2025 is almost upon us. Next week it'll be here, and we've got some big cases coming that year. It'll be a lot of fun.
New trials, new years.
Photo shoot. Go to JCPenney's. They do shootings.
You first, screeners.
Send us a sample, greeners, of you. That's what we want to see.
Awesome. Scott, thanks so much. Thanks for accommodating the daytime show since I've got stuff this evening. It was fun. We've got a handful of people watching, some people that can't be there tonight because they have family dinners for holiday stuff. So thanks for that. Everyone that tuned in, have a happy new year.
We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.